Hey guys, welcome back to Indie Showcase. I'm your host, TheMtVernonKid, and Indie Showcase is basically, once again, let me retort a little bit what Indie Showcase. This is where I, your host, focuses on indie comic books from the big to the small, to the smallest to the lowest, to you name it, from IDW to Dynamite to some smaller indie companies, super indie companies that someone like me who is a comic book geek wants to get a lot of spotlight, put some spotlight on this. And today, guys, we're going to talk about a book. I'm going to give my thoughts on a book that I got through Kickstarter. I am an avid Kickstarter backer on there. I have kickstarted and backed over, I would say now, over almost 50 books on there, and I have a lot of Kickstarters that I will be reviewing here. But today, the first one I wanted to talk about because it was something that just instantly caught my eye when I saw it, and I told the writer and the creator that I'm going to support this book. Don't worry. It's from Short Fuse. And I do have a good friend two good friends that actually write for this comic company. You should all know Comic Uno, and you also know Real Manos. They both write for this company. And the book that I'm talking about is none other than Stealth. Yeah, Stealth. First of all, the guy looks badass, doesn't he? He looks cool. He looks like a mixture of, the way I looked at it was like, when I saw his costume, I was like, he looks like a mixture of Black Panther and the Flash. I'm like, okay. And as you can see, the creators did sign the book. You probably can't see it, but they signed it. Now, the character is created by William Satterwhite. I don't want to butcher their names. It's also, the plot is written by Sean Mack. Let me get his last name right because I don't want to butcher that either. Makudu. I hope I'm saying it right. If I butchered it, I apologize, sir. And the artwork in here, I'm not even going to try to pronounce the artist's last name because I'm probably going to butcher it. But the artwork in here is beautiful. So what is Stealth all about? It's thrilling, serious, intense, pulsating. Yes, indeed. This clearly is a book that hits very close to home, especially for people of color who are going through this. Now, the story takes place in a fictional city called Terminus City. Cool name. I like the name. And pretty much in this series, there's a hero, a vigilante in there. His name is Stealth. He seems to be able to move fast. He has superhuman strength, and there's a couple other power sets that he has. His power set's pretty cool. Some things that we've seen before, but the way that Mr. Mack actually, showcases his power in terms of the plot, it's a little different. But basically, this is mainly about corruption in the police force. And Stealth, he doesn't play that. You look at him, he is kind of like, although think of I would say a little Luke Cage, Black Panther. I throw a little Daredevil in there, but he's an educator when he's not as a vigilante. Yes, he's a teacher. And I always love that. I always love seeing comic book heroes who are teachers, educators, but also, are also vigilantes or heroes by night. That's why I love Daredevil so much, is because he's a lawyer by day, but by night he's a vigilante. Things like that. But in this, he's fighting a lot of corruption, and you see it throughout this whole book, how corruption, the police force, the Terminus City police force is so corrupt. Cops are not taken accountable for their actions. A lot of stuff. This hits home very quickly. Very current event. This is current. This is like current stuff that's going on now, where we're seeing a lot of young black men and women being slaughtered by police force, and they're not being held accountable for. We're seeing this, and Stealth is not really. He's not for that. He's not. He's against it, and he will get in your ass real quick if you are against that. And it also plays the fact of how the media portrays a lot of these things, and we see that a lot too in society now, where the media will only show one side of the story, or one semi-quarter of the truth of what's really going on, and that's also a big part of it. Now, his name is Alan, and he's lived in Terminus City all his life, so he's a native. He's a native son of this city, and I also respect that too. I love that when you have a hero who's not coming into another city. Like, for example, let's say, for example, when back in the day when Luke Cage left Harlem and he went to Detroit for a while. It was cool, but it was like, you're not from Detroit, Luke. You're from Harlem, New York. So it kind of plays that up a lot too, where I like that, where he's from this city and he's seen a lot in his time, and he's just trying to do the right thing. He sees the problem. He wants to fight the corruption, but there's these obstacles in his way, including the media, including even the police force. And we also get to see, being that this takes place in the same universe as other heroes, we get to see the other heroes of this world. And I'm going to show those heroes off later on. But one of the heroes is actually a hero that is created and written by my friend Cat, Comic Uno, and is called Invulnerable. And he's kind of like your Superman-like type character. And we get to go deeper into the corruption, and we see that there's a lot of deep corruption, and there are some people that may want the change, but there are too many obstacles that don't want it. And by the end of the story, y'all, we see that the police chief has hired one of those characters to track down Stealth, because Stealth is being framed. He's kind of being framed because how the media has betrayed him. Like he's a beater. He beats up on the cops. That's all he does. But that's not true. And that character is Invulnerable, the Superman type character. So it's going to be interesting to see the issue 2. I hope issue 2 comes out. If they're going to kickstart it, so I can, because I definitely will back it real quick, real fast. But other than that, this was really good, guys. I really enjoyed the artwork. The storytelling was there. The drama was there. It makes you really, really root for this guy. It's not like you're against him. You understand where he's coming from. And it's just good writing. Good writing indeed. I really enjoyed this. And this was my second Kickstarter that I backed when I started backing in Kickstarter. So, but this was really good, and I'm glad I backed it. I'm sorry for the late thought video, and I will send this to Sean Mack and all them. But I wanted to get this out here and just talk about it. I will leave the link in the description down below to Red Band and Short Fuse, their link, where if you want to buy this, do support it. I recommend it. That's what Indie Showcase is all about. I do recommend this, guys. You'll love it. It has a lot of heroes. It is an amalgamation of heroes that you would love. I promise you that. So yes, Stealth once again this was really good, guys. Thumbs up, very much indeed. Now I said I wanted to show you, because there were a lot of things that came with the Kickstarter when I backed it. This also came with the Kickstarter. This was a preview edition of the life and time of Alan White. That's his name, Stealth's real name. I read that. That was pretty good. And also, these are some of the like you know stuff like illustrations that came with this is really nice. There's Stealth and another heroine in there. I'll show you. And here's some more. Here's another one is Stealth. This was pretty good too. And here's Night Hunter. He's shown in the book. He's pretty interesting. I'm definitely checked. I think his book is on Short Fuse, so I'll definitely go purchase that. And here's the character Spirit's Destiny. I believe she's from Louisiana, so it's always cool to see a New Orleans heroine. Really cool. She looks dope. She looks really cool. And of course, this is another character that was created by and written by my friend Comic Uno, the dancer right here. So these are really cool, really cool. Here's another one called Moros. I hope I'm saying his name right. The hard-boiled hero. Really cool. You see him too. But yeah, this very good book. Very good. I recommend it, guys. Like I said, I will leave the link in the description down below for you guys to check out. It's worth it. I'm telling you guys, you won't be disappointed. And I'm always willing to support. What kind of comic fan would I be if I just didn't support those creators? And I hope someday, because I have a lot of ideas myself, and when my ideas come to fruition, when I can, hope you guys do the same. But support Sean Mack and Mr. Satterwhite's creation, Stealth. It's really good. I do recommend it, guys. But other than that, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this. I am your host, TheMtVernonKid, coming to you with Indie Showcase. Stay tuned for more. And then, like I said before, you'll see all kinds of indie books over here. This is where I will spotlight indie books. You want to see the Marvel and DC stuff, then you go over to the main channel, TheMtVernonKid, to see what I think about those books. But here, it's all about the indie books. But other than that, guys, you take care. I'll see you guys next time. And as always, peace, love, stay tuned, keep it real.